This is Monica Jackson-Buxton coming to you today from the Ultimate Ensemble to talk to you about vendor events. Now, me as a paparazzi consultant, if I could do an event every Saturday and Sunday, I would just be out of this world. But I know I can't. You know, sometimes you have to manage yourself and balance your life. But for me, it is an exhilarating feeling. Um, my goal is to share with you today things to remember to make sure that when you're doing the vendor events that you are ultimately successful. You have earned and will have your seat at the table. So for number one, the purpose of vendor events for me is making sure that I create a strong network of customers, other consultants, and things of that nature because it just blossoms. It starts like a little fire and it just blows up. When you're going to schedule a vendor event, and that if that's an avenue where you want to sell, think about your displays. It's just like when you go to the mall or anything like that, or curb appeal on your house. What you set up has to draw people in to want to come shop, want to come see what does this lady have. I tell you, and I love it. Now the thing I enjoy doing, I set up my $5 jewelry around me, but in the very middle I spread it out like this vintage Z piece that I have on right now. I lay out a table and I tell you, I buy a whole box so I have every piece to hit every style that every woman has, from beginning to end. So that's one thing that I really enjoy. So making sure you have your display, your tablecloth, um, all your bust, just, and you don't have to have all those in your racks, because me personally, I have 7 racks. So when I set up a vendor event, I make you feel like you in a whole boutique in my little one table space. I have I have my own table, and I have enough tablecloths. Sometimes I've gone to events, and if you get there 20 minutes before the time everybody else is planning to get there, usually they say, oh, okay, well, you early. Go ahead and just pick which one you want. I always get mine on the end, in the corner, in a cut, so I can spread up and spread out. Every time give me a little inch, I'm going to take all of it. The next thing is when you're scheduling these events based on what the event is, it could be a pageant, it could be a women's empowerment. You need to be dressed for the event. Your outfit needs to flow and go along with it, and it helps because people just feel that you're a part. You're supposed to be here. I'm supposed to buy from her. That's what I do. If the event, I went to an event, it was a red heart event. Of course, I had on a beautiful red dress and red shoe boots to go with it, with my red toenail polish and my red fingernail polish. So when I was in the house, like I was born to be there. The next thing is when you sign up for your vendor events, know what your audience is. Because I've even done one, it was a motorcycle club, so there's no need to put on something dressy, formal. I had on some nice jeans because everyone had on jeans. But to remain professional, I had a jacket on and I flowed with it. And I put my little strappy bracelets on. So when they saw things that I had, I want that. Of course, I had an arsenal, a little bag, stuff up under the table to go right along with it, so I would not run out and lose those sales and build those relationships. The next thing is be mindful of the cost. With the cost of these events, I've had one from 160 all the way down to $25. And you're like $160. But let me explain something to you. The 160 took care of 2 tickets. The event was 800 people. So I knew I had 2 tickets in my possession. I had a large table and the big drop back where everybody took pictures. I was able to submit my logo and to go on the wall. Honey, I was up with the big dogs. I tell you, it was Wells Fargo, Sam's, R.J. Reynolds, True Lion Bank, and right beside it said the Ultimate Ensemble. And honey, I felt like I was doing the daggone thing. But my thing is, I didn't take the cheap one. And because it was 800 people, I knew I could recoup my money and still make a profit. Okay, you always need to ask, what is the space? Does it come with a table? Things of that nature. How early you can set up? How early when do you break down? Things of that nature. You ask all those questions beforehand, so when you get there, you will not be surprised. And if things do happen, it's okay. You just roll with it. You don't let it get up under your skin. You're here for a purpose. You're here to do what you're supposed to do with your jewelry. So the next thing is, on your table, you've got your displays. You've got everything together. Do not forget your business cards. Do not forget those flyers to give people information about joining your business. Those things are very important. The event that had 800 people, I ran out of cards, but I had some flyers that still had my information on it. So every time someone purchased or just came to the table, I had something to give them so we could connect later. There's going to be times people may not buy something that you have or what they're looking for, because they'll come up and they know what your table is because you are paparazzi. They may say, I need that chain bracelet, charm bracelet that has the little dove on it. I knew what it was and I knew I had it at home. So what I said, I tell you what, I can get it to you this evening. I send it right to your house. She said, okay. So I tell you what, give me your phone. Let's connect on Facebook right now. And I knew I had an avenue to get back to her. And I said, go ahead and send me your address. I'll send you the invoice as soon as I get home, and I'll text you a picture of it so you know it's coming. Because the lady was going to keep on walking. She wasn't going to buy anything. But, because I had that stellar customer service, honey, you got to be more careful. It was on at that point, and that lady has been buying ever since because I took the time to know our inventory. And if I didn't have it, I knew where I could go to get it. The next thing is, you got to have the jewelry. You got to have jewelry for everybody. You cannot just buy jewelry for what you think you like, because there may be somebody. I'll be honest. For me, when I was little, as a little girl, people that looked like me didn't wear turquoise. Oh, was I so wrong? I tell you, I got more turquoise to make a bag of rocks, I tell you. And I enjoy it, and I wear my turquoise. And there's some people that's all they wear, so you need to have some. And if it's something you don't wear, the copper, the brass, the silver, the gunmetal, the gold, you got to have an array of all of that. Now I have gotten to the point where when I set up my little boutique, I don't care if I got one little small table. I got racks on this side, racks on that side, racks that go up. I'm going to have racks on what? Top of racks. They're going to find something. And when they walk up, they be like, is this, how much is that? I said, $5. Blow their mind. I give them a little, and I give them little buckets. I get them at the dollar store. I give them little buckets. So when they walk up, I say, here you go. That's why they don't have to hold the jewelry in their hand. That way they won't drop it, step on it, break it. And they get, I'll be honest, they get caught up. They just keep filling up the bucket. It's like going to Walmart. Stuff just jump in my buggy, but I still buy it. Yes, I do. So make sure you have jewelry for all tastes. It's very hard to reinvest in your jewelry, and then you sitting there saying, I don't like that. I tell you what, but I know somebody that will. And then when you reinvest and you purchase your jewelry for your shows, for your events, for your lives, don't just buy the necklace. Find a bracelet, a ring, an upscale. Add another earring so they can have options, and they'll buy a set, because instead of buying just one $5 piece, sometimes that turns to 4 or 5 pieces. If you got the necklace, the earrings, the ring, the bracelet, I tell you, and sometimes they buy more than one bracelet. That might be 5 pieces by the time you finish in one sale. So make sure you have an array, have an assortment of jewelry. The last thing is, don't be afraid of nothing. You just smile through it all. I promise you, at the end, when the light bulb comes on and it's on and popping and you rocking and rolling, just keep going. Now, for me, because I spread out wide, I spread out high, I take my son or another consultant or a friend. My husband has even gone to sell with me. One time he was like, okay, well, I'll drop you off. I got there, it was on and popping so bad. He said, baby, I just couldn't leave you. And he didn't. And my baby handsome child, they would pulling him in and he would tell them what they, because women love it when a man, even my son, 15, but now he's 6 feet tall. That thing ain't nothing to sneeze at. He'll let somebody know how good that looks. It go right in the bag and they go take it right at home, and next thing you know they connect with me. And remember, give them a way to reconnect with you and continue to purchase with you. This is not a one-time wonder. We keep it going. We build that network, because a lot of times they buy so much and then they understand, you know what, this is a good investment. I just might need to do this for myself. And then when you do it for yourself, it's like me, it becomes a business, and I love it. So have fun, enjoy yourself, continue to do different things that are outside your comfort zone and make things happen. So again, this is Monica Jackson-Buxton from the Ultimate Ensemble. Buxton, Buxton. You can find me on Facebook under my name, or my business page is the Ultimate Ensemble. My last request today is if you subscribe to my page. As I continue to grow and follow in my journey, I will share all of the things that I am doing, and I'm just here. So anyone that actually wants to join Paparazzi for themselves, as a group, you want a network of sisters and brothers that are just having fun, let me know. Connect with me on my page. Send me a request, a friend request. Send me a message in my inbox, and I will explain to you all of what is needed to do paparazzi so you can have fun, and it'll help you achieve your goals. We can develop plans and everything as well to make sure that you're successful. Y'all take care. This is Monica Jackson-Buxton again from the Ultimate Ensemble. Please subscribe to my page, and let's just stay connected. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.